Okay, let's keep talking about developing the skill. Now, of course, Liker type skill is not the only type of skill we can develop. It's the probably the best one, but sometimes in some situation, we do need to ask some different type of questions. So, for example, open-ended questions. This usually is used in the qualitative research, or when we need to gather more different type of data. Yeah, pretty much. So, for example, you ask, explain your opinion whether money can buy happiness or not, right? It has some of these strengths. So, for example, flexible because like if you ask a Likert type, pretty much those questions are set. If they have different opinions, you will not know, right? So yeah, it does not impose the researcher's viewpoint on the respondent, and you might get information that you did not consider, right? But the weakness is hard to score and analyze. So, uh, well, actually, so the weakness stopped quantitative researchers from using this open-ended type of question too much. Okay. Close-ended questions like categorical. This pretty much is the worst type of question. So, for example, how many hours do you watch TV every day? One is 0 to 1 hour, and then 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours or more. Now, is this a good question? As I said, this is the worst type. So, for example, why is it about the worst? For example, if I watch 1 hour, which option do I choose? And also, even if you can figure it out, 0 to 0.99 hour, and then 1 to 2 hour, whatever. Um, Even if you can solve this problem, you still lose a lot of information. It's better we have the real number, continuous numbers and a ratio level of measurement to in order to analyze the data. Okay, so I mean, yeah, don't use this. I mean, unless it's necessary. So, for example, gender. Yeah, pretty much we need to put it categorical, a male, female, and maybe uh, uh, third. I mean, right now I guess you probably need to put another option, but that's all. That's about only three options. Um, but other than that, please don't use. I mean, I've seen some people say how old are you, and then number one is 10 to 15, and then number two is 16 to 20, something like that. Why do you want to do that? This is just this is silly. You put not age is a ratio, is a true number, and you kind of make it become categorical. You lose a lot of information, and when we analyze the data, it's just uh, it's it just lose it's bad. Okay. All right. We can combine open and closed-ended question. So, for example, hey, what is your favorite TV show? Hey, I give you some choices: CSI Miami, Desperate Housewives. I don't know why I come up with this, but anyway, The Big Bang Theory, and then other. Please specify. So, this is the open-ended questions for you to choose to explain. Okay. Now, creating questions. We have to be very careful when we create questions. Avoid some mistakes like the first one, double-barreled question. What is a double barrel? Look at this question. How important is exercising daily and keeping a healthy diet? What is the problem with this question? Exactly. Okay, if you have a guest, they are actually asking two questions. Okay, if I say yes or I say agree to this statement, which question am I agreeing to? Right? But it's so easy to make some mistakes like this. All right. Another mistake to avoid is wording effect, or sometimes the leading questions. So, for example, compare these two questions. Smoking should be forbidden on campus versus smoking should not be allowed on campus. Now, the only difference is forbidden versus not allowed, right? But only this tiny difference probably will give you some, excuse me, some different answers. Because forbidden, oh, come on. All right, sorry. Because forbidden sounds more serious, and people tend to disagree with this one. Okay. Misinformation effect. That's the result of a leading question. I post a video for you. That video is about a car accident. It's so funny. I mean, I just want to show you. Okay. But the idea is this. By the way, the video I show you has nothing to do with this experiment. I just want to show you. All right. So this experiment goes like this. They have a group of participants, and then they have those participants watch a car accident video clip, right? After that, randomly divide into two groups and ask them. One group they ask this question, the other group asked this question, and look at this. It's only one word different. Okay, how fast were the cars going when they hit each other, versus how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other? And as you can see, only these two words are different. Either hit versus smashed. And guess what happened to the people's estimation of the car speed? Which group will give a higher estimation, right? It's of course it's this group. Yeah, because they are led by this word smashed, and they got a hint. And imagine the cars really run really fast. Not only that, 2 weeks later, those participants were called back, and they asked them a series of questions. So one question is, have you seen broken glass? They didn't. In the clip, the truth is there's no broken glass. But people from this group, smashed group, they are more likely to say yes. They see some broken glass. So this experiment actually suggests to us that just one word different can lead us to believe in some false memory. Okay, so that's a wording effect. Framing, another problem we try to avoid. Look at this. How healthy is a 90%, 97% fat-free ground beef versus how healthy is a 3% fat ground beef? If you go to Walmart, you will not see the label like this. You'll see like this: 97 fat-free, okay, instead of 3% fat. They are basically telling, saying the same thing, but this they only show you this because this looks much better than 3% fat, right? Okay, other consideration, special population. So, for example, if your participants are children, then you cannot give them just survey for them to figure it out, right? How much do you like popsicles? I don't know. I mean, kids probably don't really understand the question or are not capable to answer the questions, right? A lot, it's okay, not a lot. Or how about this? So you just show them some, smiley faces, neutral face, and sad face, and ask them to choose. That is more, proper for children. In other words, you just need to adjust your questions to your population. Order effect. Um, so of one means not at all, nine means a lot. How much do you agree with the following statement? The first is how much do you feel supported by your friends? And second, how happy are you feeling right now? Okay. The order of these two questions probably influence how they answer the question. Because you see, If I'm really happy with my friends, then the first one will prime the second one. My second question is it going to be higher, right? However, if I'm a loner, I'm grouchy, cynical, then this question is going to prime me to answer the second question in a very negative way. Yeah. So now order effect is true. So what do we deal with this? How do we deal with this order effect? Usually, we yeah, okay, I didn't explain. Actually, we give a reverse order. Okay. What I mean is, for half of the participants, you give this order, and the other half give the reverse order. Yeah. So it will balance out. Okay. Uh, in other words, all in all, it's not that easy to develop a skill and test the skill, right? So if you develop your own survey, it's better you pre-test the survey, the questionnaires or whatever questions you develop. Now pre-test means you develop a draft, right? Those questions, and then you probably ask maybe I don't know 20 if you can get 20 or 25 people fill out a survey and give you some opinions. Okay. Or get the data, analyze the data to see if that's the direction you want to go, right? If they show what you want to get. Okay. Pre-tests are usually we have another name called pilot study. Anyway, that's what I say. Pilot study, find out the potential problems. Okay. Of course, you need to make your question as clear as possible. Okay. Finally, just a reminder: when you get the data, all those numbers. First, you need to give each case a number. So you suppose you have uh, 100 participants, right? And you give each person a survey. When you collect those survey back, each person you give a number from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 100. Okay, so after you enter the data, if there's any question, you can trace back. All right, remember to ask demographic information like their age, I don't know, maybe the gender, right, or sex, and their maybe educational level, the race, those questions, demographic, year of birth. Now, when we want to know how old they are, um, uh, that's my experience. Don't ask them directly, how old are you? Because um, suppose I'm an Asian, see, well, I'm from Taiwan. In Taiwan, we calculate age a little bit different from Americans. So when we were born, I mean, we are already considered 1 year old. Of course, Americans say, oh, this is 0 years old, right? And we also have this Lunar New Year, right? After Lunar New Year, we add another year. So a kid can be just 3 months old, and we already call him 2 year old. Um, so that's why it's better. Usually I just ask them, oh, what year were you born? And we can just calculate it, using Excel without problem. That would be more precise. All right. Assign numbers to categorical variables. So woman is one, man is two, things like that. And then you create columns for reverse items. Okay, calculate the reverse scores in the new columns. Now, this is unless you really conduct a study and you need those information, I'll tell you how to do that. Otherwise, this is just for your information. And also, you need to create columns for means of the scales or total of the scales. Calculate the mean or total in the new columns. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's that. If you have any questions, if you're interested in developing the skill, contact me.